This video we are going to learn about the trigonometric function and how you can find the sine, cos and tangent of these angles. Okay, so there are a couple of things which you need to remember. If you have a coordinate plane like this, and if you have a line which is if you have a line which is going like in the first quadrant, always the angles are measured from the positive axis irrespective of which quadrant it is. Okay, it is always measured from the positive x-axis. Positive x-axis is this side. So, and it should be measured in an anti-clockwise direction. So this side is positive. So suppose if this is 30, this is plus 30. Okay. And if the line is somewhere here, okay, again it is measured from the positive x-axis. So it is measured this side. Yeah. So then this will be minus 40 or something like that, 40 or 30 or whatever it is. Okay. Measurement doesn't matter. Okay. So there are two things. The first is it is measured from the positive x-axis. Second thing, it is always positive is measured always in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, now the second concept what you have to know is about the four quadrants, how it will work. Okay, not required this one. So about the four quadrants, and you know that this is the first quadrant, was the second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Okay, and depending on the angle, this will be, here it will be 0 or 360, here it will be 90, here it will be 180 and here it will be 270. Okay, this is something, and we should know that the which trigonometric ratios will be positive in which quadrant, and that is where all angles, here it is sine, here it is tan and here it is cos. Okay, so these are the positive values. This will be the positive value. So these are the main things which we need to learn. Okay, now is the concept of reference angle comes into picture. So let us take case by case. Okay, the first case is the line is in the first quadrant. Okay, so for the line in the first quadrant like this, how do we measure the angle? From the positive side of the x-axis, anti-clockwise direction. Okay, that is one angle. Now what is the reference angle? Reference angle, I'm going to mark the reference angle in red. Okay, so the reference angle is also this one. Okay, so if the line is in the first quadrant, the angle and the reference angle will be the same. Okay, so if this is the angle A, okay, let me just mark this as in black only. So if this is the angle A and this is the reference angle. Now the next one is second quadrant. So this in the second quadrant, if the line is like this, the angle is always measured from the positive direction of the x-axis. So this is the angle A. Now what is the reference angle? Reference angle is this one. Okay, this is the reference angle. Now how do we find the reference angle? Reference angle can be found by 180 minus A, because this is 180, isn't it? So the full angle is 180 degrees. So here it will be 180 minus A. Now the third one is third quadrant. So when the line is at the third quadrant, okay, the angle is always measured from the positive side. So this becomes A and the reference angle will be this one. So okay, sorry, I need to mark it in red. This is the reference angle. So this is A and this is reference angle. Now how will you find the reference angle which is in the third quadrant, which will be 180 plus A, because straight line is 180 and then you are moving ahead. This straight line is 180, okay, and then you are moving further, so it is 180 plus sorry, there is a confusion there. It is 180. No, sorry, it is 270 minus A. It is 270 minus A, because this total is 270 and A you have covered, so it is 270 minus A is the reference angle. Okay. Now comes the case, the fourth case, which is in the fourth quadrant. So when the line is in the fourth quadrant, it will be something like this, and this is the angle A and the reference angle is this one. Okay, so here this is the reference angle, and this is A, and reference angle will be 360 minus A. Okay, 360 minus A. Now these are the four things which you have to remember and you have to memorize, or you can work with, you can just draw a small picture and find out whether what is the reference angle. How would you calculate the reference angle? Okay, why do we calculate the reference angle? Because if they give you a question like tan theta is equal to 1 by root 3, find the other two angles or something like that, that is where you need to find the reference angle. Now once you find that, how will you find whether like for example, if they give a question like tan theta is equal to 1 over root 3. How will you find where this line is located? Tan theta, here it is positive. Yeah, tan theta is positive in the third quadrant. So you go to the third quadrant and see what is the reference angle. Reference angle is 270 minus A. So you find the value over there, and then you find see the first one, what you can do is like theta equal to tan inverse. Okay, you can find theta is equal to tan inverse 1 over root 3, and you will get a value here. Okay, and to find the reference angle, it is 270 minus theta. You will get a value, and then you find the value of tan inverse, no sorry, then you will get the value of that. So these are the two values for the angle. That is how we work with the questions when they ask you to find two angles with respect to a special question. Okay, let me take one small example and show you. Um, okay, see, there's a question here. Sine x is equal to minus root 3 over 2. Find two values of x. Okay, so sine x is equal to minus root 3 over 2. So what you can do first you can find out x is equal to sine inverse minus root 3 over 2. Yeah, and so you will get 60 degree. Okay, you will get 60 degree, and it can be 60 degree in the third or the fourth quadrant, because ASTC, so it can be in the third or the fourth quadrant. Okay, because it is negative value, sine is a negative value. Now in the third quadrant, it can be this one 60 degree, or it can be this one which is 60 degree. Yeah, so in the third quadrant, what you can work with, x is equal to 180 plus 60. Okay, why we take 180 here? Because it's the angle from here. Okay, it's not the full angle. It's 180 plus 60, and in the fourth quadrant it will be 360 minus 60, because it is a positive x-axis what you need to take. So this will be 240, or this will be 300. So this is how we find the values.